Okay, so I've cleaned out the bridge pot again. It should be fine. Now there's only one thing left to do, and this is the part that I enjoy the most. Don't get any ideas. It's a family show. Get rid of these old strings, all 5 of them. And this fretboard is really light and it's gagging for an oiling. And the bridge is perfectly fine. I mean, it's perfectly clean. I'm actually going to tighten these on the tuner bushings a little bit, and then that's it. Let's get these bloody strings off, shall we? I don't know if he wants this top wrapped or not, but I'm going to guess, because he's in sort of a stonery, sludgy, heavy rock band, that he doesn't want it top wrapped, because top wrapping does not affect the tension of the strings, but it does affect the bendability. But I'm feeling, my instinct is if I top wrap this, which basically means you put the string through the front of the tailpiece and it goes over the top and around, so it goes over the top. There's a video on that if you actually want to see that. I did do a video on that. It makes the strings feel slinkier, but I feel like it might be too wibby, too flubby, so I'm just going to string it normally. So let's oil this fretboard. This is I don't know if it's D'Andrea or probably just D'Andrea lemon oil. I bought this years ago. I'm talking, oh god, 5 or 6 years ago now I bought this, and it's only about halfway through, and I use it quite a lot because I get through quite a lot of guitars, for being honest. So yeah, and then still like between a third and a half full. Great stuff. So I'm gonna dab a bit on and then just apply it to the fretboard. If I use a bit more than that, I'd be quite liberal with it. I'm going to try and darken the fretboard a bit, because first pass, get a load of gunk out. It's a bit dirty, not too dirty, but there's a little bit on there, so I'm going to fold it over. Same again. These frets are in very nice condition. There's no dead spots, no flat spots from what I can see. So if you can see the fretboard here, you can see the inlays aren't done that nicely. I mean, there's a lot of filler around the outside, but already you can see it's soaking up this oil, and you can see already the colour down here actually looks like rosewood rather than mystery wood. Let's keep going, shall we? In fact, I'm going to use less tissue, I think, so it will soak in a bit less. There we go. I think 2 or 3 ply would be enough. Rub a load on. And what this does, by the way, this isn't lemon oil. Well, it's called lemon oil, but it's not oil from lemons. You do not want to be putting lemon oil in that respect on your guitar. It is a bad thing to do. What it is it's an industrial oil that's scented to smell like lemons, and it's got the dye in it to make it sort of orangey, yellowy, so it darkens wood. See all that coming off there, all that nasty. So you put it on your fretboard, and it takes all the gunk and it pushes it to the surface, and the oil sinks down, and it keeps the wood, keeps it in good condition, stops it from breaking down, stops it from drying out, make sure that it won't crack or anything like that. Right now I'm using a clean part, I haven't put any oil on, just to get any off the surface. That looks better, doesn't it? There you go. Oh, one more thing I forgot to say. Okay, so now my string is on. We start with the low E, and it's wrapped. See, one over at the top, and then the rest go under. I grab the string and I put my other hand across the fretboard, and I'm sort of gently, and I do mean gently, just sort of pulling. It's more pulling in this direction than pulling up. It's more pulling along the string, and we're just trying to push down with the other hand, and it's stretching out the string and it's releasing any tension that's in there, and it's going to help it stay in tune. And now, through the beauty of editing, we now have 6 strings on. So I'm going to tune this up to standard tuning, and then I'm going to stretch out the strings, and then I'm going to retune it standard, stretch out the strings, retune it standard. Should be alright by then. And by which point, because I cleaned out the pots, by which point all the alcohol and stuff should have evaporated, all the cleaner, and I'll put the arse back on it. Bob's your uncle. Just a bit. It could do with another pass. It's really not a lot, to be fair. It's getting better every time, but hello. Okay, so I've just cleaned out the bridge pot a bit more. Again, we're basically just waiting it to evaporate. It's so nearly there now. You get like a tiny little bit on the way up, sort of okay, little dry cough, and that's about it. So apart from that, it's seamless. So I'm going to show you how to lube the nut. Another ooh I misses moment. So lovely plastic nut. I'm just going to loosen off the string. Get some of this stuff, which is Vaseline. I know, dirty minds the lot of you. So got a little bit on there, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit in the nut slot. Just put it in there, and then I put the string in. It's fine, it's not gonna go. And what that does is it will just lubricate the nut slot, so it doesn't, so it stays in tune. Same with all of them. So get out of the, come on. Ah, hello. Actually, that's binding a little bit in the nut. That's quite annoying. That is binding. So I've got my jeweler's files here, which work. I'm going to pick one that looks about the same width as here. So this one, yeah. I'm going to do one or actually I'll do it quite close up here because it's quite light. I'm going to do it on the side, not the edge. It's just going to make it a little bit wider. Still feel it catching, oh, ever so slightly. I think it's more at the back though. The trick with this is to go so slowly. So slowly and steadily, and just you think one or two passes won't do much, but it really does. So I'm just trying to make sure it's even either side as well. I actually want to use an even thinner file than that, just so I've got more room in the slot to maneuver. Good God, I'm so sorry. They're just endless today. Ugh. I'm gonna have a cold shower. Anyway, a little bit of elbow grease. Oh, I think that's it, because I really don't want to do too much. Yes, that's it. And now you can hear when I take it in and out of the slot. Oh, for goodness sake. When I mess with the string, there's no little pinging noise. You can feel it in your fingers. It It's just when it tries to grab it. So there we go. Again, a little bit of Vass, or in this case it's lip balm, but whatever. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. It's petroleum jelly. You can use lots of stuff for this, but that's what I use because I already had it lying about. Let's check the D actually. So I'm going to loosen it off and let's just see if it grabs in the slot. That's perfectly fine. That's actually perfectly fine. So I'm just going to use a little bit of lube. Just smush it in there. If there's too much, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not going to harm anything. Put the string back. Strings need to settle in a little bit still, to be fair. So that's it. It's done. It came in not working, and thank God I was able to get it working. So there you have it. This is my friend's Epiphone SG, and it's now working. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting. Leave any questions in the comments. Leave me a like or subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.